Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where I think we might be about to do some sort of like puzzle with the jar, so here we go. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint. I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. Okay, so we need to make it look like... Oh, it's conveniently put a picture on there, which is quite good. So, how do we... Oh, okay, here we go. So we want to get it so it looks. So what are we using? HN. Okay, so and then B and M. So it's a little bit fiddly. I'll be honest. It's not the most user-friendly experience, should we say? Right. Okay, I think it's sort of like this. So I think sort of like that, but we want to spin it around a bit more so that it's like not quite as... Oh my god, okay, this is quite awkward, isn't it? Okay, so we want to get it, I think, a bit like this, and then down? Like that? That sort of looks like it, right? But I don't know if we want to go like further up. I'm thinking something a bit like that. Well, is this a miracle or what? Did we do it? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. No, it can't be.
Order, order. The defence has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. It does. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed? Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? The location, the murder weapon, the murderer. It's the murder weapon, right? Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. That's a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? I mean, maybe. Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
Do we actually have to say what the reason is? Because I don't know if we do know. I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah!
The suit of armour, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armour was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless... I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as the defence theorises, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh no. Okay. I didn't see that coming. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Oh. No! Oh dear. Ah. So that's why Lana wanted to cover it up, because her sister accidentally killed him. I see. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
Yeah. What? What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances... Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. I mean, he's got a point. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved to Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? I mean, we do, because we have that thing from his jacket with her handprint on it. Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I mean... I think it probably does with the handprint. Got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence, doesn't exist. I mean... Okay, it's in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
Okay, so if it's conveying a message from the deceased, it's going to be something that the deceased left, right? Left behind, and that's not going to be like a written message. It's going to be some sort of evidence, like, I don't know, like, well, it could be anything. It could be a sample of the clothing. It's got Emma's prints on it. I don't think the evidence list is going to have anything for us, but we can take a look at it. No, it's just got the pictures. Neil's autopsy report, maybe. Single stab wound, died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Maybe not. I mean, the only other thing that we have is the jar, because it's got blood traces on it. So unless those are blood traces from Neil Marshall, which would make sense. And also, the thing is, right, why did Gant stash the broken piece in his safe when the rest of it was in the evidence room? So I'm thinking when it's saying about a message from the deceased, it's probably talking about the blood on here rather than the thing with Emma's hand on it. We'll try this. If it's not this, then we'll go for the thing with the handprint. This is a message left by the deceased.
This is that blue badger from before, right?
No. Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Exactly. Why? ... Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yeah, it's weird.
Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message, so he's written something with blood. Something that someone has wiped away. One that someone apparently wiped away, there we go. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No! Yes.
Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Your Honour, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. Okay. There's only one thing that the victim would have written given the circumstances. I'm guessing the name of the killer? Yeah, his murderer's name. Okay, so... so we've got to connect all this up then. So... I mean, I'm going to be honest. It looks like Emma. Because... this looks like it's an M. This looks like it's an A. And this looks like an E. So... I mean, what do we do here? Do we like... Oh, yeah, here we go, look. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, so we're drawing it, fine. Can we do it like this? Can we do one here? No, I don't think so. Alright, to there. So who wiped it off, then? Was it Lana, or was it Gant? In which case, if it was Gant, why was Gant hiding it? Can this go across here? Yeah. So it's the only one I'm not sure about is if this one needs to join up. But I mean, it looks pretty conclusive, right? It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Wow. Didn't see it going this way.
Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life
was Emma Skye. I mean, that'd be a manslaughter charge rather than murder, right? See, Worthy, can't say I didn't warn you. I'm guessing this is Gant, because who calls him Worthy, right? Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. I mean, he's got a point. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Order, 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 order!
Wow, it's it's all kicking off. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Oh man, to be continued. Oh, it's getting rather good, isn't it? So it's all pointing towards Emma at this point, but I'm still suspicious of Gant. There's something about him that I just don't like. I still feel like Gant could be like involved in some way, but I don't know how. Alright, well, we will find out, hopefully, in the next one. This is a serious ride, isn't it? So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to our patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Paul and the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, Salties and Adventure Game Geek, and I'll see you next time.